Welcome back everybody to the Retro Quest, continuing with my playthrough of the Lucky Dime Caper starring Donald Duck for the Sega Master System. So now we begin, let's say, the second half of the game. We have to actually defeat Magica's minions and rescue or recover the Lucky Dimes. So, this stage is the Tropical Isles. Brave crazed tribesmen and statues that spew forth red-hot flames in the dark, dreary cave, dodge flying balls of fire and flapping bats. Be extra careful when crossing pools of hot, bubbly lava. If you trip, you are toast. Yeah, I'm giving you a little bit of a spoiler, of course, by telling you that there will be several sections of lava. But yeah, we have a volcano that spits fireballs, as I just read exactly from the manual. So apparently the developers of this game were kind of obsessed with the whole tribe thing. So they made more than one level with the same or very similar theme. You can tell there is an increase of difficulty in these levels. There are more enemies, there are more populated levels themselves with enemies. Some of the enemies become more aggressive. There is a lot more instances of insta-kill. And as you can see, there is a lock, for which you need, obviously, a key. And they use the same key item, or at least very similar to the ones that they used in the Mickey Mouse Sega Master System games. You just need to press up. By now I don't have my frisbee because at some point I think I got hit. Haven't been really paying much attention. And I assume that's why he looks a little bit tired when in the idle animation. This is one of the tough areas in the whole game, because these drops of what I assume is acid destroy these blocks, even though they recover pretty fast. So even when in midair, you can actually get to land on an actual platform or block that was initially melted by the acid, now actual fire apparently. I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one who thinks that this part is very similar to one in Castlevania 3 Dracula's Curse. Actually, there is another section that you will see, I don't know if it is in this level or a next level, that will remind you a lot more of Castlevania 3, and you will immediately realize that there is definitely some inspiration from it. Even though this game, when was it that it was released? I think it was 92 or 93. Can't really remember, but it was certainly released after Castlevania 3. It got out in 1990. So you have two doors here. At first I was a little confused. I wasn't sure if it was just an optional path to take, or part of a maze. And as you see there, you have to wait, and time is running out. So at first I said that time is not an issue. Well, I was starting to worry there, because you need to wait definitely for these fireballs or fire drops or whatever they are to melt the blocks in order to let you proceed. And of course they follow on a pattern. However, even though time runs out on that bar, there's another time limit bar that appears. So yeah, you don't run out of time in that part, you don't die out of that either. Well, now you saw me actually take a hit. I still had no weapon, which gave me the impression that actually after I beat the previous level I lost the frisbee, which I'm not too sure if that makes sense. Anyway, we make it to the boss, which in my opinion is probably the easiest boss in the game. So this bird, this toucan I assume it is, throws 3 bombs and then attacks you diagonally, goes up, throws more bombs, and does the same thing, goes to near your position attacking diagonally, but gives you plenty of time, at least a couple of seconds to make a decision and stomp her. I say stomp her because of the flower on the head, which makes me assume it's a female. But yeah, again, in my opinion it's probably the easiest battle in the whole game. So even without a frisbee, even more, probably not using the frisbee is probably the best way to go against her. And that's how you recover the first lucky dime. So now we go to Africa, stage number 5. In this one, of course, this is Egypt. The level is known as the Pyramids. More shadowy bats and deadly scorpions greet you in the dry desert. Keep jumping to escape the slippery sand traps. In the pyramid, dead mummies come alive and poisonous snakes lurk. This ancient maze is full of surprises. Yeah, there's a little bit of a spoiler. We are gonna deal with a little bit of a maze. Not too bad. Which is also not too bad at all is the quicksand. At first it might appear that it is quite annoying, similar to, I don't know, Mario 2 to give you an example, or Mario World. But no, it's not annoying at all. You can just continuously jump and you avoid any sort of troubles with it. So now we get into the pyramid. And again, since it's the first time I visit this level, I just get the invincibility without really knowing what's ahead. So now I recover my frisbee. Even though for certain enemies it is definitely better to just do the Mario. And another extra life. By now I completely lost count. Okay, what you saw there that appeared like a door, it is actually a door. At first I didn't notice, so I didn't know where to go. Oh yeah, there are also chests scattered throughout the levels that give you items. However, the only one that I came across in my run was an enemy. Oddly enough, I didn't find any other treasure chest. So honestly, I don't know what kind of items I would have been able to find. But yeah, it's on the game manual. Let me see what it says about it. Treasure boxes. They also hold items. Break them open. So yeah, they encourage you to break them open. But again, I didn't see any with an actual treasure in it. So yeah, this is the part that I told you, it will remind you a lot of Castlevania 3. Can also bring you memories of Yoshi's Island, even though this game came out before. But tell me it wasn't inspired somehow by Castlevania 3. It's kind of funny that they use like more than one reference from a single game. Coincidence? I think not. Of course, these Tetris blocks fall in a specific pattern, you have to be careful. And now we reach the top of the pyramid, as you can tell. Here we need another key. And at the top you see a bunch of doors, so at first you can get disoriented. Actually, I was trying to get an enemy to jump high enough to reach one of these doors in case the key was in any of those. But I wasn't able to stop on any enemy, at least to get up high, even though we saw a bat that I could have used. But by that time I actually decided to go forward and see what's ahead. Well, I got to the door while getting hit in the process. Not very good. And this is where the key is. See, that shadow is actually an exit. Because if you go back to the beginning of the room, you will notice that there is no door at all. So at first you might think there is no exit. It happened to me. So yeah, if you figure out the maze quick enough, this is a very short level. And as you can see, the boss is this other toucan that gets the help of the snake. The snake, you have to stomp or stay on it in order to get high enough to hit the toucan up there. However, he can also attack you with his tongue, as you can see. Throws it up. However, it is much easier than it looks. You can move slowly to the sides of the snake's head and you will not be touched by the tongue. That's a very clear example of what I just said. Just need to move slightly to the sides as you wait for the bird to come near you. I explained this basically because you might get scared immediately because of the tongue and you lose an opportunity to hit the guy. See what I did there? That's exactly my point. Here we actually want to wait. And we deliver another hit. I wouldn't say exactly that this is one of the easy battles, but it's definitely an affordable one. Without having to suffer that much. And so we recovered the second of the lucky dimes. Remember, I'm recovering the ones from the nephews. And of course Magica herself got the lucky dime from Uncle Scrooge himself. So guys, that's gonna be it for episode 2. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time with the finale to this game.